Yes. Man, let's turn that down. What's going on? Happy Friday. It's Friday. Got some coffee going, man. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're healthy. 3 keys to a successful life: health, wealth, mindset. It means we need to spend time on all 3, right? That's kind of seeing the big picture: health, wealth, and mindset. Pause due to poor connection, really. So keep that, man. Keep that about yourself, man. Think on that. Health, wealth, and mindset. Where am I dropping the ball, man? And maybe that's something to put your attention on. Some of my best ideas come when I'm doing something else. And you go, what do you mean? Meaning, like, maybe I'm on vacation. I'm sitting there and I get an idea. Well, work it, man. Maybe I'm in the car and somebody else. I always like to let other people drive. They say, why? So I can work, man. Shit. So while they're driving, I can knock out and get on Instagram. I could tweet something. I could look something up. I could be I'm always like researching on something. For me, that's important time for me. I gotta look at things. Make sure you're getting alone. Now we're here to talk about the SPY, the SPY, but I do think that's important, man. If you got my new ebook on page 12, I said try to do this at least one day. 45 is crazy. You'd be insane. And there's a little thing that I say, and I say a variation of this. This is the basic outline that I am wealthy, I'm abundant, and I'm free. And I think that helps if we're talking trading. As I look at this thing here, the SPY, if you understand what this is, what you're looking at, a lot of people don't. They don't understand the significance, the consequence of what this is in its, natural beauty. This is the S&P 500. This is a fund that owns 500 stocks. And anyone in the world, almost, not, I wouldn't say, well, in one way or another, could put their money into this. And it averages about 9% a year. Get this, year in, year out. Meaning, if you don't invest this year, it still does its 9. If you don't participate, it does its 9. When your grandfather didn't participate, it did its 9. Now, 9 may be 32 down, 24 up, 19 down, 55 up. And then you average that out. Yeah, look at that, 9%. And that's what this thing does. And so this thing is a benchmark. A lot of my real estate people, they know a lot of fancy shit and they don't know this. The S&P 500 is one of the largest held investments, whether it be private or commercial or family fund. Really, 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 really rich people own shit tons of this. Meaning if you wanted to stay rich forever without risking it, never. Let's say you had $1 billion. You just put it in here and the rest of your life, you'll have money. It's that simple. That's how powerful a tool this is. But you probably don't have that kind of money. We don't have $10 million. Just if you drop $10 million in there, you never need to do anything again. Like you just have money coming to you all the time in the form of dividends and price appreciation. It averages 9% a year. So it is what's called a benchmark investment. Meaning if you're in the investing world and you want to invest your money and you're serious and you want to get rich, every move you make needs to be bounced off of this. This is 9% without doing nothing. You just put it in, and over time, over 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to average about 9% a year. Think on that for a second. Hold on. Man, I got to fire people around here. Damn. You got a low budget team when you got to get your own coffee. You think if a man's on the radio, somebody'd bring him a coffee, but that's not how it works. Apparently, I got to ask him. If I got to ask you, I'll just get up and get it myself. Then it's hard to get good help, man. But speaking of that, while I'm being ungrateful because nobody brought me coffee, there's a book out there called The Science of Getting Rich. If you go to my Instagram, scroll way down past all my bullshit, you'll see a link that says that is my copy of it. I'm slowly working on my copy where I put notes in the corner. This book is out of print. It's one of my favorite books. Chapter 6 is entitled How Rich Has Come to You. And I've just decided to kind of follow along with some of the philosophies out of this book and apply it to my trading, my investing, my work life, sales, fatherhood. Just apply it to life. Chapter 6, How Rich Has Come to You, which has a lot to do with this chart right here. When I say to you don't have to drive sharp bargains, I do not mean that you do not have to drive any bargains at all, or that you are above the necessity for having dealings with your fellow man. I mean that you will not need to deal with them unfairly. You do not have to get something for nothing, but you can give to every man more than you take from him. You cannot give every man more in cash market value than you take from him, but you can give him more in use value than the cash value of the thing you took from him. It's pretty deep. The paper, the ink, the other materials in this book may not be worth the money you paid for it, but the ideas suggested by it bring you thousands of dollars. You have not been wronged by these who sold it to you. They have given you great use value for such small cash value. He goes on to explain this, what he means. And this applies if you're a real estate agent, no matter what you're doing. You're a stock trader. This applies across life. It might apply to you, the way you treat you, what things you say to yourself. This is the S&P 500. Now, inside the money flow, I believe price moves in 4 stages. I'm going to show you these stages real fast on here, okay? So keep up. Even the girls in the back, keep up. Okay? You're going to see price move. And it's going to go through these, ooh, that was a bad one. Through these stages here, okay? And it's going to flow. And as it goes through, making this pattern right here, that looks a lot like this, you have to watch it. You have to watch it. And nobody can pull the trigger for you but you. Meaning I could sell you a book, show you what I do, but I can't make you do it or get the money to do it. I can show you how to buy a house. I can't make you get up and go buy the house. And that's why it's health, wealth, and mindset. Meaning number 3, you got to be self-motivated, man. You've got to be self-motivated. A lot of people only motivated if shit's going good. Gerald, market's going up. I'm excited. I like this. Goes down. They're not so excited. They're not self-motivated. They need stimulation. They need to be poked. They're like little panda bears. You got to stick some fucking shit here. Eat this. And as long as they're sitting there fat and eating, they're excited about it. And then you pull it. But guess what? Life doesn't work like that. So markets go up, markets go down. So part of being a trader, or especially being an investor, is you better get your mind right, man. And I mean like Navy SEAL shit right. Like get your shit together. Totally. A lot of people are going to take this weekend off, man. That's what I talk about. I'm not mad about a guy taking weekend off. You got everything you want? Good. Take a break. Kids got what they need. They ain't got to borrow money for college. You ain't got no debt. Fucking sit in a hammock. But until then, you got shit to do. Until you've mastered this, you got things to do, man. So you can't let another weekend go by. You don't understand the S&P 500, the ETF. What is an ETF? What is an electronically traded fund? What does that even mean? Does it cost you money to own this? If all investments around the world are played against this, you should understand this. It's a foundational principle to investing, the S&P 500, which means you got to believe in your country. This here, this, not a YouTuber, this, the S&P 500, it's at 389. Most of the people watching this video right now did not know it was at 389 until I told them it was at 389. They're not watching this. They're not watching this, man. This is the wind. It is everything. Stocks don't go up if this doesn't go up. Once you understand, this is everything. Everything about the stock market is in this one ETF. So when you understand that, the wind, all of a sudden, you have a bigger picture understanding of the stock market. Man, there's people that have taken vacation, don't know what I just said. You go, what do you mean? Meaning they went on vacation and they still don't understand the premier benchmark which all investments are measured against. Why not? You have to understand this, man. You have to understand this. I got to turn the comments off, man. Turn the comments off. I'm asking you to go to a higher level, man. Take your shit to a higher level. Take your trading to a higher level. Stop buying books. You bought my book, didn't even say the mantra, man. Stop doing that, man. Now, if you did say it, I got people who said they did. I say, what do you mean? He goes, I'm on day 4, Gerald. He's on day 4. Oh, wait, I didn't have to remind him. He did it on his own. That's called controlling time. Everything you can do on your own that no one has to tell you is you in control. That's king shit, man. Real estate investing is about king shit. Stock trading is about king shit. Being an investor is 100% about controlling time. Time times amount times yield. A lot of people want to know tricks and what about this and buying that. They don't understand time. Man, we got to take it back so far. We got to take it back so far. This is the S&P 500. Now, inside of this, I had a guy say to me yesterday, Mr. Peters, I wish, whoa, look at that. I broke my stand, so I'm playing with a temper on, and then I left my other one in New Orleans. So, and then my staff didn't bring me coffee. And it's Friday. And I hate Saturdays. I know a lot of people like Saturday. I hate Saturday. I like Monday. SPY looks set to rip. So when we watch the stock market, I had a lot of people like, man, how can you hate Saturdays, man? Because stage 3, stage 1 are basically the same thing, man. You know why I hate it? Because everybody gives up. They surrender, man. They give up. And I ain't talking. I get it. You're like, oh, I got a family. I'm not talking about that, man. I'm talking about people trying to do shit, trying to build things. Those people. We're going into a recession, man. You know that, right? When that happens, you need to be doing 100% king stuff, man. Not breaking. Not breaking. There's nobody should be breaking right now. We could be going into some serious shit, man. So you've got to get this down. This stock stuff, you got to get this down. This got to be in the pack. You got to be able to read charts. There's anchor point. There's stage 1. There's breakout. There's thing. Here's we got to be on this. We got to get past this stuff. What is my connection? I keep saying my connection is bad, man. What is wrong with my connection? One day to day 4. So I'm worried for people, man. I am. I'm really worried, man. I feel like people are sleeping. So I hope you're not, man. Don't sleep on it, man. Don't sleep on it. Talked to a guy the other day. Said he don't have a job right now. What do you mean you don't have a job right now? God damn, you should be washing dishes. What do you mean you don't have a job right now? How can you not have a job right now? There's all kind bro, we're fixing to go into recession. You don't have a job when when there's too many jobs. What are you going to do when they start cutting jobs? Man, and he's talking about trading. Like, you got bigger problems than trading, man. You got to back up a step. We can teach this. Stage 1 puts in an anchor point. You just back up on the chart. There's the highest high of the turn. There's the lowest low of the turn. Now this one, if you've been following along, started over here actually. On this day when it came down, it came back up into the box. Whenever you get this is a stage 4 decline, right? Just pretend like you know what I'm saying. Price is closed below this green line. That's 20-day moving average. Price goes under it. That's your signal. It looks like shit's going bad, right? Traders, you're out. This is it. You got to get out. If you're shorting it, this is where you're looking to do that, okay? I don't suggest you play both sides of that until you get a little experience under you or you got a little bit of money to throw around and lose. You should want to lose some money too, by the way, if you're trying to trade. You need to lose some money. How the fuck else are you going to learn to trade? You move in, you move out, you do some deals, you execute on some trades, right? And you put together a strategy with targets and stop losses and you set it up. That's what you do this weekend, is you map that out, man. Map that out. Write out your trading plan. All you guys that want to be traders this weekend, you want to be traders? Then write out your trading plan. I dare you to write it out. Send me a picture. I bet you don't. Let's see. Send me a picture. Let me know your trading plan. Don't make it complicated. Don't send me a book. I'm not going to read a book. I had a guy send me his trading plan once. It was 98 pages. I said, man, I wasn't signing up for your course. I thought you were going to show me your trading plan. He's like, yeah, it's all in there. 98 pages? He was like, yeah. Dude, I'm talking about like a 3x5 card. Like, what is it for me? Like, this is a stage 4 decline. What is a stage 4 decline? Price went this pattern here. So as price moves through this pattern, this is for me, I know when price goes below the 20-day moving average, and we had a stage 3. So we got to be able to draw the pattern out. So we got to learn all 4 parts, and then they all work together. Does that make sense? So as you're snapping together, it's a living, breathing thing. So even though you started here, you're brand new. You're looking at it here. We've been playing this game before you got here. So that's how you got to look at the charts is, okay, if a stage 2 breakout is defined as price being above the 20-day moving average, well, that's that green line, right? Well, where's price right now? It's above it. Okay? So if I'm looking at this chart of the money flow, what's happening? Right here. So you get on the bus when they pick you up, man. So if you're here right now, guess what? Stage 2 breakout is underway. Now, the further this goes up the trail, what? We expect it to do what? Turn. And you say, when? I don't know. I have no idea. Part of my strategy, you could write it down. Let me put here, give me the pen. Let me do what you're not going to do. Let me write it down. And then I'm going to say, okay, screenshot, send you a picture. And then I'm going to say my little sayings. Price has memory. Now, you don't have to have mine, bro. I just share mine with the world. Price has memory. That's it. I don't need to write 22 pages. Price has memory. That's what? Support and resistance. And so if you go through and you look, now don't send me mine. That you got to rewrite it, man. If you come over here and you look, scale this out for the slow kids on Instagram. All the slow kids are on Instagram, by the way. What does that say? It says the basic money flow system technical indicator list. Number 1, 5-day exponential average. Number 2, 10-day exponential average. Number 3, 20-day. Now, some of you act like I don't notice. We'll have a 50-day moving average on your chart. They'll put that on there. And here's where I have problems. And then I say, I don't use that. And they go, but I do. Good. I don't want to see it. I don't use it. Don't want to see it. What am I doing? Protecting myself and my strategy. What am I doing? Straight line. Straight line. Straight line. When you straight line, you're unreasonable. Like sometimes they're like, man, you're unreasonable. I know. Straight line. Straight line. That means sometimes you're unreasonable in that. No, I'm going to do this. You know, they don't like it. People don't like it if you have a system and a strategy and you stick to it, you stay with it day after day in face of, wow, man, this ain't working today. I know. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. If you do that and you trade in a community, you will run into problems. People will challenge you, man. They got to do it different. I'm wealthy and I'm abundant and I'm free. I'm free from the opinion of others. I only seek to compete with myself and not any other man or anyone outside of his desire in me. I am one and I'm one with mankind. I seek to harm no one. Now, you say, well, that sounds kind of weird. I know. It's written weird on purpose. It's poetic language. The mind likes it. It's like listening to a song. You know, hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around. Right? SPY's at 389. Here's our anchor point, which means it's our lowest low. It's where the anchor dropped. Now we need 4 days to call this a stage. We need at least 4 bars to even begin thinking that we're building a stage. This is a stage. This is a stage. Okay? And this is a stage. I need 4 days to build this before I can even call it that. And I still don't know. I'm just thinking. Now, what else is there? The trigger. The 5-day exponential average. If price moves, gosh, bless. All right, man. Instagram's pissing me off now. If price moves above to fire everyone that works here. That's what you're going to get on Saturday. I'm going to let them enjoy their day off, and they're all going to be chilling on the house and their couch, and I'm going to text them, and you're all fired. That's a true story. I used to do that. I'd come in, I'd be working on Saturdays, Sundays when I was first starting my business, man. I needed money, man. I needed money, dude. I wanted to get, my goal in life was to get 10 rental properties. That's why I woke up. And so I was pursuing that goal. And I knew if I didn't straight line it, meaning if I didn't go after it every day, it was going to take longer and longer and longer. And I knew when I was 50, I didn't want to be going that hard, man. So I wanted, I didn't want to be working that hard when I was 50, man. I didn't want to be working that hard when I was 30, 35, man. So we put in an anchor point here. It's the lowest low. And so if we're looking at this, we're like stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There's our buy. Price is now above the 5-day exponential moving average. We got 4 bars set in stage 1. What am I thinking is going to happen now? Price is going to go sideways. And if you ever hear me say this, until these come together, the 5-day, 10-day, 20, that merge, that magic, it's a magic trick. When they come together, right there, that union, it is magical. What happens here is magic, man. Look, the crossover. What is that doing? It's confirming this, man, right here. And what you're witnessing is recorded history forever. Here's the funny thing. Even if you don't look, they do it. So when you don't look at oil, it does it. It shows up every day. Every day. Every stock shows up every day to play. This is the S&P 500. It'll be here every day. If your mom's mad at you and you're like, oh, I can't make it to my charts. My mom's mad at me. It'll open and then it'll start to move around. They'll play every day. Every day you don't show up, they're going to play. That's the crazy thing. So you're going to come into this world that doesn't stop, man. It doesn't wait on you. Doesn't care about you. Doesn't care about your color or your age or nobody gives a shit. You're clicking buttons. So when you come into this, you want to trade? The only holdback is you. The only holdback is you. At the end of your life, how much money you have in the S&P 500 will have been determined by you. Did you buy any or did you not? Did you buy some or did you not? And you're like, no. Or yeah. I know guys that have millions in this, man. All they do is dump their reserves from their business every week, every quarter. They just dump it. And they're not even smart, man. They're not using this. I got guys that have millions of dollars. They run an auto body shop. Millions of fucking dollars. All he does every week is sweep profits, what he doesn't need at home. Takes a little bit, and he just sweeps money in there, man. Been doing it for like 17 years, just sweeping money. It could be 5,000, 10,000, just sweeping money. Just sweeping money. Boom, boom. It averages 9% a year. Sweeping money. He doesn't do this. He doesn't watch the SPY and wait for the RSI to go extreme and try to buy just bottoms. Like I would just buy bottoms if I was him. So I would have just bought the bottoms, just like I'm showing you now. We would have put in the bottom. We'd have waited 4 days. Price to go sideways. Boom. And you're like, well, what if it doesn't? What if it goes sideways and then drops and goes down? Well, then that becomes another stage 4 decline. Same rules apply. I just wait till it stops, puts in an anchor point, starts to go sideways, puts in 4 bars, rises above 5 EMA, and then I start buying again. You're like, yeah, but what if, then do it again. And just keep doing it. Very difficult to do the simple over and over and over, but it's often what makes people the richest. We have a tendency of what works. Let me see if I can change it a little. And we start to mess it up. This is Delta Airlines, same pattern, same price thing. So if I'm trading this, if you back up, you're going to be able to see, you'll see the money flow. You'll see the movement of price. And I wish I had a more squiggly line, where price drops down, right? Look how far away these moving averages are. Look how far away they are. You know what that means? It can't go up. Stock can't go up. It's mathematically impossible unless the 5-10 cross. That's a mathematical average. 5 day. That's 5 days is 1 week. 1 week, and then 10 days is 2 weeks. 20 days is 4 weeks. Those converge. It's called math, meaning price can't go above it without the numbers being calculated together, right? It ain't complicated. So when you look at us, when you see it coming down, what am I looking for? The lowest low. And you say, how can you know that? The next day's higher. So that was the lowest low. But then look what happened. It opened and went below it. And you're like, well, shit. What does that mean? It's not the lowest low. But all of a sudden, what did it do? It closed up here. Now what? Now you got 2 bars. 1, 2. What do I need? 4. I need 4 every time, no matter what it is. 3, 4. Now what? We have a stage being built or a bottom. So if I'm looking at this, I'm not that smart. All I did was count to 4. I just watch it come down. 1, 2, 3. Up, draw a circle. And now I'll wait. Now, that's a very simplified way, right, of explaining it. But that's how I would teach children. I would just talk to them like that. Why not talk to me like that? Why do I got to make this complicated? So inside of that, we didn't do Fibonacci ratios. We didn't do triangles. I could talk about 100 things we didn't do. All we did was watch price. If you become a tactician of the money flow, you don't need indicators. You don't need moving averages. Once you got the fucking Jedi skills of this, man, once you've been digested this, and that ain't coming in no time soon. And it ain't coming if you ain't been through a couple cycles, 3 or 4 of them, man. You don't get to do this just in an up market and be like, oh, I like this. A lot of people like it, and then it goes the other way, and they don't like it. Why? Because they don't believe in it, man. So I've been doing this game here for 15 years. That's how I got to $1 million in stock market, believing in the stock market. So right here at the beginning, you'll say, I believe that stocks move up 70% of the time. I mean, 70% of my life, stocks are going up. And that's true. Go look at history. You can go look at a chart. This is not for debate. It don't matter what your brother thinks or your cousin or about the Federal Reserve or the coming whatever, or maybe Jesus is coming back. That might happen too, which would make Bitcoin not that valuable, I'm guessing. If the rapture happens, or if the Muslims are right, like we won't even need it, right? So as we look at this, this is history, man. And look what happens. We have periods in history where price comes down. We hit one. That ain't unusual. Did it here. Did it here, right? This is the history, man. Did it here. But we've been going on a big tear. Look at this. We did it over here. Now look, is it impossible from time to time that it gets really wacky? What year was that? Oh man, that was 2008. Right? You were in 6th grade. So during that, look at all the adults. They were all scared. That's where the market collapsed. Recession. A lot of people lost houses in this. You see, people be like, why is this guy always yelling at me? Don't take a break. I need to grind. Because I lived through it. I was a grown man in 2008 watching my friends lose their jobs. And when you got kids and you lose your job and you realize, shit, we were on vacation last year. Now I don't even have a job. You realize how stupid that is. At some point, you got to realize you're being sold some shit that you didn't come up with. Oh, I got to take every fucking other week in here. You add it up, you got 200 days of unproductive days. And then we hit a recession. What do you think happens to people who practice unproductivity half their life when we go into a recession? They're going to get eaten. That's the reality, man. They're looking for hacks. How do I hack it? Hack it, man. You need to worry about surviving. Hacking. You're not hacking anything. You're about to be eaten. That's what happens, man. These corporations start laying off. Dude, half your friends will be unemployed. And they're not going to give them any money. Then you're going to see some shit, man. And then everybody that was teaching, mortgage this up, burr that out, refi this. Yeah, they got problems now. So, the way you're like, damn, that was a lot of doom and gloom. It don't affect me. I'm not in their problem, man. I don't have that problem, man. I'm on the defensive all the time, man. I'm preparing for recession every day by the way I live, man. The way I do with my money. You should be so when it comes, it's just another day for you, man. This is why I try to explain, get debt free, man. People blow that off. Okay, blow it off at your own peril. I've seen what happens to good families when they lose good jobs and all of a sudden they can't make all those payments. You know, and then they're like, no, I'm not trying to create victims, and I'm definitely not teaching it. So nobody in the money flow gang should be hurt by a recession, man. You should be ahead of that shit. You should have 2 and 3 things going. You should be trying to sell something. You got a side hustle. You're trying to buy real estate. Like if you got to be aggressive, man. Aggressive. And other people are going to talk you out of it. Your mom's going to be like, oh, you don't want to do that. What if they call you at night? You don't want to buy a house, man. A better investment is to buy. You want to be in a car. All the shit that I hear people talking about. Nonsense. Taught by children. Nonsense. You want to be an owner of assets. This right here is the S&P 500. It's made of 500 stocks, okay? The other day, we had a phenomenon called an anchor, which means it was the lowest low of a down move, of a stage 4 decline. This went unnoticed by most of you and your friends. Why? Because they're not trying to get rich. So this came down, and I don't care what kind of trader you do, I don't care what you do, you've got to be following the S&P 500. It's the wind. It's the wind. So when this put in a bottom, I got into an argument with an influencer about this. He says, well, I don't think it's the bottom. I fully expect that the SPY will go down. I don't know anything about that, bro, because I can't read the future. But here's what I can do. I can tell you what the fuck it's doing right now. It put in an anchor point, and then it gave me a stage 1 buy, and then it broke out. And this is what's called the money flow trading system pattern. So I don't know what he was talking about. This is what I talk about and nothing else. Straight line. So if I believe the stocks go up over time, then what? I'm usually pretty consistent about adding and building to this. Any down moves just sets up for me to lower my price point so that I get richer down the road. So as this comes in, and as I watch this, and I'm picking up quality stuff, man, right? Now, if you're buying some bullshit, you're going to be exposed. If you own shit that's not a real company, you will go bust. And guess what? It doesn't work. You can be like, oh, money flow doesn't work, man. No, it don't work on 50-cent shipping stocks. May or may not. I don't know. You could trade those, but as far as holding them as position trades, I don't know. Because if the company's not in business, the stock goes to zero. And that happens. So we got to make sure that the shit we're doing matches up with our trading style, matches up with our belief system, matches up with our lifestyle, right? So I don't fear AT&T going out of business. So any sell-off over here gets me kind of tingly. Like I get excited. I want it to come in. Why? Because I'm trying to buy income. I'm trying to get, like right now, I get about $2,000 a month from companies. $2,000. I want $10,000, not 2. I'm not happy with 2. Oh, but having said that, in chapter 7 of The Science of Getting Rich, it says, to secure harmonious relation is a matter of such primary and vital importance that I shall give some space to the discussion of it here, and to give you instruction with, if you will follow them, to be certain to bring you into perfect unity with the mind of God. Now, again, he's using flowery language. The whole process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word. One word. That's good for the Instagram crowd, because if it's more than 13 seconds, it's hard for them to focus on. So everything can be summed up in one word, Instagram. Are you guys ready? One word. It's a lot of letters, though. One word, gratitude. Be grateful. Be grateful. You say, what can I be grateful for? What can they be grateful for? Charts, man. Be grateful for the money flow, man. Grateful. I came into your life and showed it to you, man. You know why? Because I read that book, Science of Getting Rich, and it says if you give people more in use value than you ask for in monetary value, you bless the world. And I was like, well, shit. What if I show them what I do here, man? What if I show them how I built and collect my dividend stocks and add to it and how I do my trade. What if I just show them, right? That's living that book. Same if you sell real estate, same if you, whatever. Maybe you take people fishing. That'd be a cool job. I'd take you guys fishing. Stage 1, we're in day 3 of a stage 2 breakout. We could say that was the actual confirmation day. Now we're moving higher. Here's our problem. Here's the problem. Well, what's going to happen here? Money. You can do tiny money flows. You're like, what do you mean, man? Why are you making this so confusing? I know. If you were in my group, we go more into this in my courses, but these tiny bubbles are in my wine makes. We used to sing that in the army. We'd be walking along. Y'all laugh. Tiny bubbles are in my wine. I have not been drinking. So this pattern you're going to see play out, and these can get tiny. And this is this is a tiny one. Like a tiny house. It's a tiny money flow. Okay? But now we're building out the leg over here. I feel like it's going to get some room because of the way it's building out, but you could have set it for over here. I don't want you to think it's infallible. It's not. I can't read the future. Unlike my other influencer friends who seem to know, I don't. If I did, I'd be rich and not talking to anybody here. I'd be really rich too. If I knew at all where the stock market was going consistently, I would own an island. I would own most of the money in the world and will have fired everyone. So I would buy up all the beaches so other people couldn't go on vacation. So I could save you. I got a friend who's been on 3 beach vacations this year. We're going into recession. He owns a business. That's crazy to me, man. It's crazy, man. Please give me the proper wisdom to discern the good from the bad. I have everything I need inside of me to be all that I've been called to be. I'm grateful. Grateful I can work on my business. Grateful I have time to work on my business. Grateful that I can pursue anything that I want. Here's the problem we're going to run into. Price stopped here before, so we got to get past that. And then we're looking at as a swing trade. If I was swing trading it, this would be my target. You go, what do you mean? I bought it. You could still add on the breakout. There's your first target. Where's the next target? Up in here. By the time you hit that, the RSI will go 70. We could still be in a bear market. We could still be in a recession, meaning this pattern will play out. I just blew someone's mind there. They didn't understand that. Yes, the money flow can rally up. It can rally up into here. Often, when price is below the 200, when it goes up to it, it comes back down. That takes us for several more months. So you see this sideways, run up, down, sideways, run up, down, sideways, run up, down, before finally turning and then heading higher, as the stock market always does. When you're older, it'll be higher. You'll look back when you're like 50 and go, I wonder why I didn't buy a lot of that. It's 3,890 now. And when it was 389, I didn't buy a lot because this guy on YouTube scared me. They scared me. Your grandfather would be like, you'd be like, Grandpa, why didn't you buy stocks? And he'll be like, boy, don't you know stock market's rigged? It's rigged, Gerald. Don't buy any stocks, man. Wall Street going to steal your money. And you're like, but Grandpa, did you see the chart? Grandpa, look at the chart. They'll steal your money, boy. People like us don't do that. Okay. I don't know, man. I'm filling in the blank for you. Why didn't your family do that? Why didn't you guys ever talk about this at the dinner table? Your daddy ever say, hey, enough of that fucking cartoon shit and your Transformers? Where did the spy close? Do you even know? What if your kid knew? A lot of you think that's funny. Your kid would be a beast if they knew where the spy was on any given day. Fuck, if you knew where it was, I'd be surprised. Most people don't know, man. So you need to know where 5 things are. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Had a guy the other day said, well, it's the first time I listened to you. I don't appreciate being told that I'm stupid. And I said, okay. Stupid people usually don't. They don't like when you call them that. I understand. I'm not mad at you, man. Don't change what it is. I don't know what to say. You ain't been doing what you're supposed to be doing. How would you like me to rephrase it? Well, Gerald, you don't understand what's been going on in my life. Yeah, I do. What you fail to control will be controlled by someone else. You don't control your time. You don't control behavior. You don't control spending. You don't control who you sleep with. You don't control where you work. You don't control. Then guess what? If you don't control what you watch on TV, what you put in your arms, what you drink, smoke, if you don't control it, guess what? Someone else will. So what is it? What's the excuse, man? We got to stop having them, man. Now, we might say, well, my grandparents didn't know. They didn't know how to read. Man, the only thing keeping people out is reading, man. I had a guy say the other day, well, how am I going to read all these books? Man, ain't nobody got a problem reading a lot of books, man. Most people don't. Now, every once in a while, you get the rare kid that just reads, and he's like, hey, what real estate book should I read? And I say, well, which one have you read? And he sent me 6 of them. 6 books! And I replied back, how much real estate you buying? He said, none. Okay. I don't think you need a book, son. I think you need to go take action on the books you read. I am wealthy, I'm abundant, and I'm free. I'm free from the opinion of others. I only seek to compete with myself, not any man or woman outside of his desire in me. I am one with mankind. I seek to harm no one. It is the world who will assist me. Other people have my money, strangers, because I am their servant first. I know that money comes through serving others. Please bring more people for me to serve, to help. Their prosperity is my prosperity. I know not where they are or who they are, but I know they exist. I'm only looking for people who are looking for me. Please give me the proper wisdom to discern the good from the bad. Yeah, there's a lot of bad people on Instagram. I have everything I need. A lot of scammers, dude. I have everything I need inside of me to be all that I've been called to be. I am grateful. Thank you. That's number 12. Now, I bet you can't say that to yourself twice a day. I dare you. If you got my ebook, get it. It's on page 12, the new ebook. Some of you already failed that. Come on, man. Be honest with me. You got the book, and then you didn't do it, and you're like, oh, it took 32 seconds. I can't do it every day. 32 seconds to read that. Imagine if you talk to yourself like that. I am abundant, and I am free. I am wealthy. What starts to happen if you're not wealthy? Because if you're not wealthy, you're like, well, I feel kind of stupid saying it. I know. That's the whole point. Your subconscious says, hey, you're saying shit that ain't true. Starts to mess with you. In this context, starts to make it true. Your body starts to want to make that shit true. You know what abundance is? Money you don't need. Say we bump in and you go, hey, G, here's $1,000. Oh, thanks, man. And I got $1,000 in my hand. What if all my bills are paid? I'm pretty good. I'm pretty abundant. I got all this money. But what if I owe 1,000? Damn, man. Now I got to hand it over. I ain't abundant. I had 1,000, but I'm not abundant. Because I got to give away the 1,000. But what if I get the 1,000 and I don't need to give it away? What if I just keep it? And then a little while later, I get another one. And now I've got 6 of them. 6,000. I don't need it. And what if my money made some money? And I don't need it. All of a sudden, you live in abundance. So one of the reasons that I tell people, get rid of debt before you invest, is so that you'll be an abundant investor. You invest with personal power that other people don't have. You don't have this weight on you. You walk around lighter. You're more in control. You have more flexibility. You're not as pressed on. All of a sudden, and I'm going to give you a true story right now. I worked as a prison guard. I mowed yards. I was doing other shit. I was younger. I was always doing something to try to make money. And I tried to do shit I like doing, man. So I'm out there, I'm working, and I got 5 properties. And then I couldn't find the 6. I'd saved up a little money. I paid off the first one, paid off the second one. You know, I'm listening to way too much Dave Ramsey, and I'm like, get rid of the debt, man. Get rid of it. Now, I'd already paid off the other debt. Looking back, I'm kind of glad I did do this. Well, guess what happens? I get fired from the prison. An inmate escapes and kills people. I wasn't even there that day. This is how fucked up the state is. I wasn't at work. I got in about 4 hours later. They fired the whole damn place. I got charged with manslaughter and I wasn't even there. I had to go get a lawyer. You're like, well, that's not fair. I know. Life's not fair. Nobody gave a shit. I had to go get an attorney. You say, well, why? In case that I lost. Nobody else had anything. I had 5 rental properties. 2 of them paid for. So I went and got an attorney. Boom. I ended up leaving that job, man. Long story short. I leave. Now my buddy who got left, he's immediately looking for a job. Not me. Not me. I'm still fucking trying to take in what happened. But guess what? I'm mowing yards. I'm making a couple grand from my real estate. I own 5 rentals. I got 100,000 in the stock market. I'm not Donald Trump, but guess what I have now? Options. I got no debt. I got 6 figures in dividend stocks, and I own 5 rentals. It's a different situation for that guy than the other guy who just lost his job. And because he's consumed all of his money and time, meaning time is your asset. So if you devote time to vacations and this, I'm not against it. I'm against it for people trying to do some shit. I'm against it for the people like, well, I'd like to be a rapper. Then rap. Get what I'm saying? Or I'd like to be an invest. Well, invest. Well, you can't invest if you don't have money, right? So then what? The asset you have is time. You're young. You're strong. You have time. Use it. Now, if you're already old and tired, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say, but you got to use that time, man. Use your kids. Make them work, man. Stop paying for everything. Like, hey, get off your little ass and start painting. And that's how you got to approach. We're going into recession, man. That's war. You don't hear them? You don't hear them? I hear them. War drums, man. Last time I played war drums was when COVID happened. I started playing war drums. I'm like, you hear it? I hear it clear as day in the background. If you're a king in the old days and you hear war drums, you better get your shit together. Because guess what's coming? Vikings. War drums. Layoffs. War drums. Most people are soft. Kind of squishy. War drums are beaten. They're like, what is that? War drums, man. That's what the recession is. War drums. You better hear them. I hear them. I hear them, man. It don't change anything for me, though. You're like, what do you mean? Shit, money flow's been waiting. It don't matter. Same thing, man. Stage 1, accumulate, buy set targets. If we're trading, it's the same thing, except you're trading this side of the deal, man. Trading this side of the deal. So we're in a trade right now with Delta Airlines. Be remiss if I didn't tell you about this, man. Somebody needed to hear what I said earlier, man. I think God channels me sometimes. Your girlfriend's talked to a guy the other day. I said, man, I'm going to unfollow you from Instagram. What do you mean? Bro, all you do, you and your girl, is go party. It's fucking, what the fuck are you doing? You told me you wanted to podcast. And I go look, and you got 8 podcasts out, and you got 22 beach trips on your fucking Instagram. How the fuck can you go to the beach and you can't do a podcast? So you're full of shit. I can't listen to you anymore. What is that? I hope his other friends will call him out on that. Oh, Gerald, you're being mean. No, man. I'm being for real, man. Stop saying you're going to do shit you don't do, man. That's between you and them. And so I'm not wasting any time on that, man. Let this guy, I'm not going to, oh, how do you think, bro? We counseled. We had one-on-ones. Like, we talked about it. And all I see being posted is the exact opposite of that. So it's like, it was a complete waste of his money. Like, he wasted his time even coming to me, man. Complete waste. Stage 1 bottom right here. Well, the bottom happened here, and we'll real quick explain why. And bro, I hope you're listening. Enough, man. The war drums are sounding, man. And we've let a whole nother 6 months go by, and we didn't execute on what we said we were going to do. Instead of having 25, 30 shows, 8 guests lined up, we got this going. We got it on 8 platforms. We put together the website. We've got no, we don't have any of that shit because we're busy. That's what happens, man. And life eats it. And you look back and you're like, damn, man, if I would have just stayed on that hard for this. And no, that's not what's happening, man, to most people, man. They're letting it be stolen. Hopefully that's not you. You take control of that time, man. Take control. There's our anchor point. Price went by. We had a little dip here. It came back up. That's super bullish in the world of the money flow. It's super bullish. Now what? We're trying to get up here. Man, don't be mad at me, man. I'm trying to help your dreams come true. You told me you had shit you wanted done. This weekend seems like a good weekend to write it down. Put it on paper, man. Maybe stop lying to yourself. This weekend. Maybe this weekend you get real clear on that, man. Just saying. Maybe not. Maybe you don't have it. I don't know. Maybe you write out that trading plan you're supposed to write. This is Delta. We bought here. And we've drifted a little. And look what's happening. It's coming together. Go listen to the Beatles song. Come together right now over me. This is our target, right around this 37 range. As a swing trade. Now we're doing this together. Jesus said, where 2 or more gather, there's power. So if we both put our minds and we just say 37, 37, 37, let's say that all day, 37. Give me 37, God. 37. Take the price to 37. And what would that be? That would be this. It'd be the price would break out. Now we know the breakout is defined above price being above the 20-day moving average. Shit, I gotta go. I gotta go inspect some houses, man. I was having so much fun too. Hey, man. I don't know who I was talking to. I really felt led this morning because I've seen a lot of sloppiness, man. And I'm getting scared for some people that I know personally. I know you because we spent time together. We talked about my books. We looked at what you were trying to get done. We talked about a path. Man. And I can see you slipping, bro. I see it. You tweet it, you post it, you're slipping, and you're letting it go, man, and it's right there. And don't mean you can't have fun while doing it. You just got to change what you're having fun doing, man. Why don't we have some, man? So, for everybody else, though, man, you have a good weekend. I got to go look at some houses. I'm going to put them on my story on Instagram. These are some of the, I got some tenants in there turning over some leases because I got to go party in New Orleans. See, if you get financially independent, you can go party when you want, get up when you want, work when you want. I ain't got no boss. I got nowhere to be. I got like 3.8 million invested. That brings in about $200K a year. And then what I want to make above that, I got to go hustle it. So I might teach, write, do whatever. I might do a construction project. I might flip some land. I got a house I'm fixing to flip right now to get old GP some money so I can buy another beach condo. But that all started with taking control of time, man. I got no shortcuts, no hacks. I just controlled my time. And what I believe that what you think about comes about and what you focus on grows. 2 most important things in my life outside of family is real estate investing and the stock market. My wife got mad at me the other day, by the way, when I publicly said that my favorite possession is stock charts. You're like, what do you mean? Stock charts. Charts, man. It's my favorite possession. But what about the thing that I bought? No, this. Sorry. Sorry, Mom. Sorry.